Yo, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the final match preview of this season. And first off, glory be to God, because it is the last match day. I want this shit over and done with. I have been waiting 8 days for this fixture, and this every single day is driving me absolutely insane because of how much is riding on this fixture for both teams. 1 day left, though. 1 day left, and we are finally over and done, and we can just focus on the Conference League final and getting number 3. And speaking of number 3, shout out to my fellow European heritage guy himself. We see things they'll never see, all of that. Big up, Wolfie. Welcome to the channel. First time we've had you on. I hope everything's well, my guy.
Big up, bro. Good to be on. Good to be on. And you know what? In a weird way, I'm with you, bro. I want this season done. I know we've had a 6 season and what have you. It's been long, man. It's been long. And I'm ready for a transfer break or something.
Trust me, I feel like for both of us, we could have just wrapped our fate weeks ago and just sat here on the beach and just had a relaxing end to the season. One of those last games of the season where both teams are happy. There's good vibes at the City ground. Now, we're walking into a fortress. Because I've been to your ground, like, when you guys were still, like, battling relegation and everything like that. It was still one of the best atmospheres I've been in the league. Now I'm worried that, like, not only just walking into the game, if God forbid we give you an early start and an early goal, it's a fucking cauldron. And I know what our team's like. Mentally, we show some hints of like mental fortitude and all of that, but we also seem to fall under the pressure a little bit. I use Newcastle away as an example. We started terribly. Conceded in about 3 minutes, and then you could just see the atmosphere and the occasion just overtake the entire squad. And I feel like that's my biggest worry going into tomorrow.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, bro. That weekend was pivotal because if you'd beaten Newcastle and we didn't crap the bed against Leicester, this would be a handshake match. Remember them old school World Cup games, like the final round matches, yeah, where they already knew they were through and just passed the ball at the halfway line? We'd have both been qualified. But that weekend changed it all. Everyone's been talking about this about shootout for weeks and months, and I'm there thinking, bro, we're 10 points clear of 6th. I don't need no shootout, man. But Forest do what Forest do, and yeah, we've messed it up. And we need to rely on United, bro. United. We have to beat you, and then hope that United not even beat Villa, just to draw. I don't think they can do it. I'm not confident in that mud of a team, man. So I don't know, man. I just want to know my fate. You know what I'm saying? Just get it done.
Trust, see where we lie. Leave us a 1 p.m. kickoff and just get the day over and done with early. I hate the fact that we even got to wait till 4 p.m. for it. Now, we were speaking about this backstage. The only way that we both go up is if Manchester United beat Villa. And I'd love to believe that that squad would just try and end their season on a bang. But it's just not fucking happening. So it's going to end up with us doing our own job. And for you, I think you get European football regardless of the result, right?
So we got a few outs. So for us to get Champions League, we got to beat you, and then Villa or Man City or Newcastle, sorry, don't win. We have then, if we beat you, we're guaranteed Europa. If you draw with us and then Betis beat you, we get Europa. If you finish 6th, if you win, we get conference because you're in the Champions League. So
if we lose, you get a Europa spot.
Yeah, because we'll finish. We'll finish ahead of you.
Oh, if you win, I thought you were talking about if Betis.
You know what I'm saying is, like, if everyone wins, if Newcastle, Villa, and Forest win, we're in Europa. You're potentially in the conference, bro. That Betis game becomes big, man. If you lose that, it's conference settings again for you.
Look, I like the Conference League. I can't be bothered for it again, man. Look, this year's been a nice little side quest and everything. It's great to conquer everything. I got the little Avi and everything, but no, we're not doing it again.
You're gonna win. You win on Wednesday.
Oh yeah. I'm not too worried about that. I feel like everyone's been
settings, bro.
You see this man are talking like Anthony, like he's Lamine Yamal, and I'm thinking if this is any indictment on what the Conference League is about, they're treating him like he's fucking Messi. And we know what he's like. He's a nice little work rate merchant in the Premier League, but nothing else. Like, I expect Cucurella to be locking him up.
Fidget spinner. You should beat him, man. Banter aside, you should beat them. But I don't know, man. Like both should have been in position where we're resting players this weekend. You've got one eye on the final. You know what I'm saying? You could have gone ahead of Liverpool back a few months ago when you were in seconds. Yep. I know they had games in hand and stuff. And then
how about this one win against Ipswich, and this isn't even a conversation,
bro? I could say the same against Leicester. I could say the same against Bournemouth. There's so many ifs, buts, and maybes, man. But I'm just looking at your away form, bro.
At least you beat them once.
We beat Ipswich twice, bro. Don't put me in your Ipswich category, right? We beat them twice.
Who?
Ipswich.
No, sorry, I meant compared to Leicester and like Brentford.
Oh yeah.
We got one victory against them.
Yeah, victory and a draw, man. But I don't know, man. I just you know what's crazy about this game list, right? Is that your away form is horrific. 1 in 10, I think it is, and our home form is horrific. 5 in 25 points.
Oh,
yeah. Like usually our home form is what saves us, but it's been crap, bro. We lost to Everton, we lost to Brentford, we drew with Leicester in our last 3 home games. We've been playing better away from home, but we've been coming up against teams that are low possession teams, which we don't like. So in a way, you're gonna suit our style if you want the ball. Because if you take the ball, then that suits how Nuno wants to play. So I can't read this one, man. And then you add into that the pressure, add into that, you know, what's on the line, add into that we've all got one eye on other fixtures as well. It's going to be a long 2 hours, man.
Trust, I can read the way that we're going to play. We are going to try and dominate possession. That's always the way that we go out to these games. It's only if the opposition forces us into playing with less of the ball. That's when we start to like adapt based on that. But my bigger thing with you is with like you guys needing to guarantee a win, I could see you playing defensive minded, but would you be playing as deep as you usually do against us?
I think for the first 30 to 40 minutes, that will be Nuno's tactics. Give you the ball, you guys come onto the front foot, and then we look to expose you. Like if you start playing a bit of a high line or leave gaps in for Elanga to get in behind, or Cucurella maybe overcommits, leaves that pocket for Elanga on the right-hand side. Well, our right-hand side. I think my biggest worry is if you score first. Because Nuno traditionally doesn't change it up. If we were 1-0 down after like 20 minutes or whatever, I don't see how we turn it around and get 2 goals. Because the thing we've been good at a lot of things this season, but breaking teams down who become defensive against us, we can't do. So we like the easiest way. If I'm Maresca, the easiest thing I do on Sunday is just say, "Here you go, Forrest. Here's the ball. We're staying in our half." Do you know what I mean? We won't be able to break you down. We couldn't break Leicester down or Everton down when they did it to us. That would be the smartest thing he could do. So I don't think he does that.
We've also got to go for the win too. So I don't think we can afford to do that without the early goal. And even then, we prefer to slow down the team just with possession football. Just keep the ball ticking.
That suits us, bro. I'll be honest with you, that suits us. If you do that, it suits us. Where it doesn't suit us is if you do it and it works and you get a goal. That's the thing. It's a bit like how we played against you at Stamford Bridge. You dominated the ball. We got the first goal. Who scored your equaliser? Madweki, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Noni.
Yeah, and then Sells and Sanchez. Surprisingly, Sanchez even had a good game that match. Yep. So I think the style of the game will be about the same, but I just think the biggest defining factor is what you said at the start. Bro, we are so up for this game. The crowd is going to be unreal. Like, we're talking probably, Sheffield United settings when we were in the playoffs coming up. It's going to be that loud. It's just going to be crazy. And the players are going to have to get it over the line, come hell or high water. But I don't know where your goals come from. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're going to bring it...
even with Jackson playing, I wouldn't know. So it don't make a difference.
Yeah, it's just going to be like... And there's Mo with his...
Yeah, Mo's saying the chest's been a bit different.
Yeah, I think we win because Chelsea play to our advantage. That's the key here.
I respect that.
that's how I think it goes down. If we were playing like, I don't know, a Brentford or a Bournemouth on the last day of the season, I wouldn't be feeling confident. But we've got a good record against you since we've been back. You've only beaten us once, and that's when we were on the beach at the end of last season. Outside of that, yeah, we've either drawn or beaten you. So I don't know, bro. I can't call this one. My gut says we sneak into these Champions League because this is the way Forest do it. I'm relying on United to sort me out to do that, or maybe Everton, but they're definitely on the beach. But yeah,
Everton's
one
probably
thing I know for
bet.
sure. Huh?
Everton's probably your better bet. United, it would only be a pride thing, and I think they're walking into the most toxic home atmosphere in years on Sunday.
But they have to show up, bro. See, I was saying this the other day, right? You know, the final with them and Spurs. I was like, it's better if they lose. Because if they win, they're drunkards on the piss. Do you know what I mean? Going into this game, it means nothing to them against Villa. They surely have a little bit of dignity, man. Just an ounce, and I can't stand United, right? But a little ounce of dignity to at least say, let's perform once for our plastic home fans. Do you know what I'm saying? Just one performance, just even a draw.
I'd hear it, but these man, I don't even think they got a shot on target against Spurs. And this is 17th place Spurs. So it's like, I can't have any, I want to, but it's one of them, you gotta just show it to me. Because like there's bad, and then there's whatever the fuck that Europa League final was. And I'm meant to trust them against Aston Villa. I know Villa's record at Old Trafford isn't great. Rant said it perfectly. United's record at Old Trafford isn't great. I can't trust them. I can't trust them for shit.
But Villa have won 3 times since 1999 against United, both home and away. Like, their record is shocking against United. Having said that, we hadn't won at Old Trafford since the mid-90s, and we took 3 points there this season. So you just can't trust United, 2013.
Bro. I ain't won there since 2013.
2013, bro. It's an easy giver of 3 points, bro. What you say?
They get worse every year, and we don't beat them. Look, we just scraped a 1-0 against them last week, and it was again Cucurella. You want to ask me where a goal's coming from? It's coming from Cucurella. Cucurella or Enzo Fernandez, because I can't trust anybody else.
Who are you going to play up front or in a false 9? What are you thinking is going to happen?
I think we go with George. Again.
See, loads of Chelsea people are saying no. They don't want to see him start this one.
I mean, I don't blame them, but it weren't really him playing badly against United. Just no one gave him the ball. Like, he was just getting ignored all the time. I was seeing him making runs and Palmer just over touching it or just deciding to pass wide or just not giving him the ball at all. But it's him or Neto. And I don't see us playing all 3 of our wingers when we have a game on Wednesday coming up. So I could probably see us play George and then, or it might even be Neto and then George starts in the final. Just because he's had like a lot of games in the tournaments, I think maybe you give him the continuation.
I think that's your better option. I'll tell you what, if you play George up front, up against Milenkovic and Murillo, bro, they're going to chew him and spit him out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you play someone like a Neto who may end up playing between the lines in that false 9 position, then you start to maybe cause a little doubt in our defense, which has been pretty solid all season, especially those 2 centre-backs, man. They're like absolute bricks. So I think if you play someone that they can mark and just like, you know, Milenkovic will stay on him, take him out of the game kind of thing, that makes it easier for us. I think you need a bit more fluidity in what you're doing up front. That's potentially where we will see like our team crack, is if he's playing between the lines, if maybe him and Palmer are switching it up or whatever. You know, if there's a little bit of movement and fluidity.
Yeah, and you're more likely to get that with Neto just because you have a bit more comfort in that role.
Exactly.
So I kind of hear that. Guys, the chat talking about Mark Hiu. I hear it, but like Hiu's not played in about 4 months. And I just don't really trust throwing him into a game of this magnitude so soon. It's unfortunate that he's been out for this long because I would have given him so many minutes over Jackson and just let him like develop his game a little bit. But he's only just come back now. I can't start him. Maybe bring him some minutes off the bench, but I wouldn't start him. I think you're just throwing him into a really like tough predicament for your first game back in months. I don't think he's ready for it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. A lot of people in search that say Murillo injured. Murillo will play. Man,
You
Murillo,
think he's
like,
fit?
he's playing, bro. He like the amount of times he looks like he's broken his leg or pulled his hamstring just before half time and then turns up. So he got carried off against West Ham when he got injured just before half time. And we were like, he's done. He just appears at the start of the second half. I think
Yeah,
he
sure.
plays. He's been rested. He hasn't trained this week. Nuno's saying he's going to be assessed tomorrow. I think he plays, even if he's 75% fit, 80% fit. They'll risk him because Morata is an absolute clown. So it has to be Murillo that starts. I think they take a risk.
Is the disparity that big between them?
Yeah, like Morata is good in a back three. Like usually what happens if we're 1 up, 2 up, with about half an hour to go, Nuno says, right, enough's enough. Back three, let's lock this up. And he'll bring Morata on. But Morata in a 4 isn't that good, man. And he just makes bozo mistakes. So I think Murillo will start alongside Milenkovic. If he doesn't, then yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried because Murillo is an absolute baller. So I think that's what will happen. He might as well. You know what I'm saying? 75% fit. Get 60, 70 minutes out of him. If his ankle falls off, it falls off. Deal with it in the summer. I'm saying so. And that probably keeps him at Forest as well. So I think he will start.
Tactical. I rate it. Not really morally correct, but I'm with it. I'm with it.
But I think he would do that as well. He's one of them guys. He will play and be like, I'll deal with it in the summer. So that's what I think is going to happen. What I'm hoping happens is your 2 boys turn up.
No,
Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ola Aina, bro. Proper Chelsea, isn't it? Proper Chelsea.
Not man like Chowe, bruv. That's gonna kill me, man. That's gonna fucking kill me, bruv. Shout out Hudson-Odoi always, but I swear he's only going to be an option off the bench for you guys, or is he fully fit now?
He came back. He started he came 1 minute. Did he come on 75th? I think against West Ham. So he is fit. He's been training this week. I don't think he starts. I think Nuno has to play a midfield 3. Like, as much as I can say, you know, this player is bad for you guys or good, your midfield for me is pretty solid, especially when Lavia's been playing. I rate that Lavia player, man. Absolute baller. And it depends, is Maresca going to invert Casado from right back, or is he going to put James there? Either way, I think Forest have to play a midfield 3 because you're going to have Cucurella coming and inverting or overlapping and creating that overload in the midfield. So I think Forest have to start. I think we'll go Dominguez, Sangare, and Anderson as the midfield 3, and Hudson-Odoi will be sacrificed till the second half. It's a bit like we did against Liverpool when we beat them at Anfield. He blocked out that midfield.
Physical midfield.
Yeah. Dominguez has been in like a nice little purple patch. Anderson's had a great season. Sangare's been, in my opinion, treated harshly. He's now come in and he's, for the last 3 or 4 games, he's been a bit of a ball progressor for us, a bit of a kind of pivot point in that midfield. And he's looking good and sharp and fit. And then I think Hudson-Odoi comes on maybe with 20 minutes to go. If the game's still tight, 0-0 or whatever, and he fires that final dagger, bro. Legs it from the Trent end down to the Bridgeford end. Shishes the Chelsea fans.
You ain't gotta go that far. Just a little like I wouldn't even hate it if he bagged in just did the whole.
He'll do that.
He did kind of celebrate last season though. We did clock that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So like, up, but hold that. We came back. It's like the only time I've seen
we were on the beach. That win don't even count, man. That win don't even count. We were safe. We were on the beach. We were done.
Bro, that's our only victory against you. I'm taking it and I'm running to the fucking hills. That's the only hope that I've got. We kind of done it before. It was still a good atmosphere last season. We'll kind of be used to it again. Just don't concede first. Otherwise, I think we're pissed. This is genuinely like a who scores first wins sort of game for me.
Do you think there's no way this ends up in a draw?
Oh no. We could see a draw. We could very easily see.
But that don't help either of us, bro. Like,
I know, but I think that's what both of us will still just be fighting for that last goal. And like your attack, bar Chris Wood, I wouldn't say is the most clinical. We know what our attack's on. Like Cucurella's our highest goal scorer this year.
So, is he legit your highest goal scorer?
In 2025, he must be. There ain't no way. It's not Palmer. He's got like 2 goals Jackson's got 1, unless you count in all comps. Then you got 2. Yes, it's got to be Cucurella. I think maybe even Enzo's second, if anything.
Bro, you lot are shameless to Cucurella, man. Like, I remember when he first came and you lot were cussing him down and booing him and Sideshow Bob this, that, and the other, man.
Not me.
I ain't saying you. I'm saying the Chelsea fans, man.
Yes.
You know they were, man, and they were calling him out. Someone saying start Chilwell ahead of him.
Bro, I was in the away end against West Ham when he got booed off, and like he didn't have a great match, but they booed him off and then started cheering when Ben Chilwell came on. I was like, he ain't better. He's actually worse. Cucurella, I gave him the first season because he had clear off the field issues. There was some stuff about him losing 10 kilograms because he got tonsillitis. There was a problem with his kid's birth. I think he got like he had some complications and all of that. There was a lot of issues in his first season. I was like, just give him a second season. I would have kept Lewis Hall over him. Don't get it twisted. Lewis Hall was fucking nuts for us that campaign.
He's a baller.
People writ him off way too easily. Way too easy. I think it was the
price.
price.
He had Maatsen as well. I rate Maatsen, the one he gave to Villa.
Yep.
Like he had a good crop coming through, you know, on that left-hand side. But yeah, Cucurella, I thought, you know, the Chelsea fans were way too harsh on him. He looked like an absolute baller at Brighton. And you know, he's coming up and giving you the goods now. So you lot owe him. You lot owe him. But there are receipts, man.
Ain't that facts, bro? I'm with you. I'm completely with you. Like, I'm just glad Cucurella stayed and he's persevered. Maatsen was another one. He didn't get minutes because Pochettino had a height fetish. And like the whole what was it? The reason why Cucurella got so much stick as well was because he was meant to replace Chilwell. And Chilwell's won the Champions League with us. He's won it all. And it's like, look, I like Chilwell. Chelsea great and all of that. Injuries have nuked his career. And it is what it is. The difference between him and a Reece James will be injured, come back, immediately showing me levels. Chilwell, no, because he's a running merchant, and it's fine. I get it, but he ain't for me. He ain't for me.
I need to ask you about Santos, because that one still pisses me off, bro, because we loaned him from you last year. I think he's a baller, man. Like, and I was annoyed that we weren't playing him. He should have and could have and would have walked into our starting team, especially last year, and didn't get played. And look at him this season, man. Like, what are you lot doing with him? I've heard you might sell him. I get it. He probably doesn't get in ahead of Caicedo, Lavia, etc. But, well, what's the plans with him?
Oh, no, he's coming straight into the first team in the summer. All that is just scaremongering and like the odd report or something saying Chelsea could be tempted. Arsenal could come in with a bid. Bayern could come. Yeah, keep coming with your bids. It's going straight to voicemail. No one's listening to it. We rate Santos so heavily. We have prioritized his own development over utilizing him as a squad player in the team. Just because we know how high his ceiling is. We've decided, fuck this. We know he could be a valuable asset. I'm going to send him to Strasbourg where he can play week in and week out in a similar system and then come and join us as a key member of the squad afterwards. Now, whether he starts or he doesn't, I don't care because I look at my midfield next season. Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo. You've got potentially Ugo Chukwu coming back as depth. Then you've got Santos. Then you've got Asugo coming in as well from the Spanish league. That's my midfield wrapped. I don't want another midfielder for the next 5-6 years. My midfield is done. The competition and the depth that you have in there is nuts. And that's part of the reason why I'm so excited for next season. But Santos is not going anywhere. Even
what's his best position? What do you think he is? 8, 6? I mean, he can even play 10 technically, but
I think he's been playing majority 6, so we probably try and utilize him as Lavia depth, if anything. But he can play throughout the midfield. He's shown good box crashing. He's shown good ball carrying. Like, he's shown a multitude of different roles. So even the chat's saying he's more 8 than 6. So he could probably play box-to-box more, if anything.
Am I reading your chat right? Some of your chat want you to buy Yates off us.
No, that's Ratcliffe out. That's Ratcliffe out. I wouldn't take him seriously. He's one of our local trolls, isn't it? Big up Ratcliffe out. Do your thing and all of that. And yeah, do your thing on the fucking weekend for once. Definitely could do with that. Shout out to Daniel saying, big up both of you. It's my birthday tomorrow. May the best team win. These are our biggest matches of the season. If we lose both, it's going to be chaos. I don't even want to think of a reality where we lose both games because I will die twice on this platform. Forget us not getting Champions League and like the implications of that if we don't get it. Not winning the Conference League. People say, oh, we don't care about the Conference League. We don't care about. I've been consistent. I cared about it from the start. Why? Because a trophy is a trophy to me. And if there's a chance to win it, I want to win it. Everyone who says we don't care about the Conference League, if we don't win it, you will care. You will care.
That's
All
the
of you
key. That's the key. It don't matter if you win it. It matters if you lose it.
Because for me, fuck it. If we win it,
nah, you're getting cooked, bro. Bro, you're getting cooked if you don't win that, man. Seriously.
Of course. And we
Long
deserve
day
it.
for you.
We absolutely deserve it. But I don't want people acting like this trophy don't mean nothing. To me, it's about just at least the first steps of building a winning culture within the Chelsea team. You see a trophy that's there to be won, you win it. That's it. I will celebrate the fact that my team did what was expected of them. Win the damn trophy. Yeah, like we're the best team by a mile, but you know what? Teams have been the best in a mile and then fumbled it. Don't fumble it. Show me that you can get across the line and then build on that momentum and take it into next season, whatever European competition that we're in. Just God's willing, it's the Champions League, because that's the only way that I really think we're going to strengthen our squad in the transfer window. Shout out to Alhambra as well, saying need to play all three midfielders. Noni cooked Aina at home. Need a similar performance. They crumble if you play high intensity. No dumb side to side. I'd expect us to start intense as well. It would just depend on like, do we make any silly mistakes that build the momentum against us? Like, we've shown that we can play intense football. And I do think as well for you guys, you would want to try and get an early goal as well. It's just,
we score a lot of early goals. And by the way, Alhambra, he doesn't know his football, man, because Midweki played down the right and I was playing down the left at your place. So he was up against, I think he was up against Moreno then. So yeah, he could.
I wasn't even too sure. I just remember Noni had a good game.
Yeah, but he was playing down the right for you that game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on the right.
Because he cut in and scored from there. Recently. Yeah, I know I was on the right. So big up Alhambra, man. He's been in my chats recently, but yeah, get it the right way around.
I shout out Alhambra still, my guy. Big up, bro. Big up. But yeah, just wanted to ask you anyway, because you've had a sensational season already. If you were to end in Europa, if you were to end in conference, I get it. I know you'd be annoyed with how everything's ended. How would you view the season, though? Would it be a success for you? Would it be a failure? How do you feel?
Bro, I would say we bottled it, right? And I get shit for saying Forest bottled it, but the facts are the facts, right? You are 10 points clear of 6th place in game week 30. I think we were 7 points clear of 4th. That's a bottle job. In any definition of any dictionary, that's a bottle job for me. We have to get Champions League. We should right now be ahead of Arsenal. We should be sitting second. If we'd beaten Leicester, if we'd beaten Palace, if we'd beaten Everton, or even drawn with them, we would be ahead of them. But in the context of the whole season, if you're looking back to the start of it and you're saying Forest there ending up in Europe, I'm like, don't kick a ball. Just tell me where to sign. I'll take that. Because I predicted Forest to finish 8th and just miss out on the European spots or maybe get Conference League.
So you already predicted a good season then?
Yeah, but I was called deluded at the time. I also predicted Liverpool would win the league, got called deluded. I predicted Chelsea would be second. That I got wrong. That I got wrong, man.
Yeah, we're never going to do that.
Yeah, but I thought you had enough. For me, when I looked at Chelsea, I was like, you needed a 9. You've needed a 9 for years, bro. That's like the missing piece. Like, save some money on some of those players that are, project players and what have you. Why you didn't bring Osimhen in?
The children, basically.
The kids, man. Yeah. Just bring it. I thought, you should have got Tony, bro. Tony would have absolutely balled out for you guys this season. But I get it.
I was saying that all summer. I was like, you man just spent all summer, right? Just prodding Osimhen saying, do you want 130? Are you sure you don't want 130? We'll give you 130 a week with mad bonus. Tony's sitting there on 40k. Yeah. He just did nothing.
And all you heard about him was attitude issues. But, bro, I've seen Collymore play at Forest, one of the greatest players I've seen. Pure attitude issue. I don't care. He put it in the back of the net.
They're saying it for Osimhen now. We said for Duran. We didn't go for Duran because of character issues. We're not looking at Osimhen for character issues. You know who my club is looking at? Alejandro Garnacho. Don't fucking waffle to me about fucking attitude problems. We're looking at João Pedro. You're talking to me about attitude problems. He's not even allowed in the last game of the season. We want to talk about attitude problems.
People saying Tony too old. Bro, he was 28 or maybe even 29 in the summer. Just gone. He's just won a title, hasn't he, over in Saudi? All right, you can call it a Farmers League or whatever, but he's still bagging the goals in. Like, that's what was missing. I think if you have a Tony in your team, you're comfortably at least second right now from the summer. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what was missing. And I think Palmer's would have had a better season as well because he's got that target, man, to hit. So I think that's what was missing. But yeah, back to your Forest question. Bro, like once the disappointment and me raging if we mess this up settles down, I'll look back and think successful season 100% beyond expectations. But in the context of it, I will die on this hill that we should not have bottled this top 5 race. It's not even a top 4 race this year. It's a top 5 race. Even if it was a top 4 race, we were 7-8 points clear of 4th, game week 30. And it's not like we messed up against a City or a Liverpool or an Arsenal. You're looking at Leicester. You're looking at Brentford, Everton, teams that were on the beach, bro. That's why, for me, how we finished is a bottle job. But the context overall is, yeah, I'm going to be more than happy. But I don't want conference. Conference is beneath me, man. My team's won that.
You don't want conference?
Bro, I don't want conference, man. I don't want conference. I don't want to be going playing like Nowhere FC and teams I've never heard of, bro.
This was part of my trade deal. This is part of the deal that I was going to talk about. I was going to try and like sell the Conference League to you. Yeah, because like think about it. Like Champions League, I get it, you get the financial payoff and everything, but win an actual trophy and actually be a chance to be one of the favorites to win it. Like I want to bring this up for you. So where is the tab? Where is the tab? This is the current projected pots for the Conference League. You got the likes of Lazio, you've got Salzburg, Djurgårdens, we've just faced them in the semi-final. Strasbourg, you got our little sisters and everything in there. This, to me, would be a sensational opportunity for Nottingham Forest to win another major European honour. You could call it your third UCL the same way I'm doing it. I'm saying we conquered Europe, won it all of that. And like the journey is actually a lot of fun just because you know you're the best team in the competition. And even then, it's not just about that. Like the one thing that I've loved the most about the Conference League is the friends that you make across the way. We got Noah still backing us, still showing support. You've got Savić. They literally get gas for our Chelsea games. Look at their TikTok once this fucking thing loads. Once this thing loads. Why ain't it loading? Has Twitter really just failed on me?
Bro, there's been issue. Have you had that YouTube issue where it's 0 views on the app?
Nah. I haven't had that one yet. Thank God.
Messed
Here
up.
it is.
Must wait for us.
Here it is. Look, this is them on match day. This is what the Conference League is about. It's about just winning the trophy and making friends across the way. So my trade deal was you just run us the 3 points, respectful scoreline and all of that, and you go win the trophy next season. We get our UCL money. Everyone's happy.
Bro, what do you need the UCL money for, mate? You probably got another 3 hotels you're going to sell to yourself. And, you know, I know you sold the women's team and what have you. You probably got like the under 18s team you're going to sell next. You're good on money, bro. Like, I need this UCL, man. I've been running my mouth all season. I've got a long week next week.
They have the same acronyms. They have the same acronyms. They got rid of Europa this season.
Yeah, but we're talking about 2 teams here with proper European heritage. Yeah, I get this whole conference thing you're running. You've completed Europe and what have you, but we're both sitting here, bro, with 2 stars by our names. Yeah, both these teams need to be on that big boy table, man. Head of the table, Roman Reigns settings, man. That's where we should be, right?
Yeah.
Not sitting with the kids. Not sitting with the kids. And people go like, oh, entitled, oh, where have you been for the last 23 years? I don't care. History still stands. It hasn't got an expiry date. Right? I need to go after my 3rd star. And that's what
And
I
I
need.
respect that. I'm not even going to say like deluded or entitled. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying your better opportunity to win, to have another trophy in the cabinet, medals, a great day out at a European final. It's the Conference League. So you do
All
me a
right. So,
favor, I do you a favor.
well, let me turn this back on you. Are you winning the Champions League next year?
If I get the right transfers, I'll have a good chance.
As it
But
stands now, do you
I
win?
think I'm a couple of transfers away from competing for the Prem. So if I think I'm a couple
Forget the
transfers away
Prem. Champions League, I'm talking now.
No, but it's building to it. If I think we got a couple of transfers away from winning the Prem, I've got a couple of transfers away from competing in the Champions League too, no?
No, I didn't say compete. I said win.
Yeah, but to win, like, you've got to be able to compete for it too.
Yeah, but do you think you will be competitive enough that you can win it next year? I see you're doing the wordplay thing here, bro. Come on.
With the right transfers, yes. With the correct transfers, yes.
Yeah,
and
that's like saying if I buy Osimhen and Gyökeres, then yeah, with my right transfers, I could win it as well. But realistically, are you going to win it next year?
I think realistically, it's one of the favourites, isn't it? Can't say like outright, but I could say one of the teams in there. And like that's why I think we're a few transfers away from it, where I think you might be a little bit more. And I think that's
just saying no, man. What are you going on about, man? At least they're realistic.
It's just Fielder. A big up to Fielder and all of that. I'm just saying we get the right transfers. Like we get the striker that we've been begging for the last 3 windows. The midfield gets patterned already in the summer, just by default. We've got depth at right back. We might need to get some left back depth. 1 centre back. We bring in Petrovic.
You need a keeper, yeah, definitely.
No, we're gonna bring Petrovic back. He's been the best in League 1 this season anyway. So we're just gonna bring him back and run with it.
All I'm saying is I'm giving you back the same offer. Like you may be gassed up on Wednesday, seeing armpits, lifting another trophy. You could get to defend your title. Well, if you lose it, you know what I'm saying? So I can give you that, and you can upgrade yourselves to Europa. So finish 7th.
If I don't get top 5, like I'll get it anyway just from winning that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll get Europa, so you're upgrading yourself from this season. Because let's be real, bro, you ain't been in the Champions League for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Thanks to your boy Poch, man. Your boy Poch made sure of that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you don't want to jump yourselves straight back at the big table. Build yourselves up to it. And let us do what we do when we go into that Champions League thing. We just go in there and we win it.
We both win it.
Yeah, but we go in there. We went in there one time, bang, won it. And then we said, you know what? We're going to defend it as well. And we won it the next season. That's it. Our conversion rate.
You've only had 2 seasons in the Champions League.
3.
You've only had 3 campaigns in the European Cup.
And I have a 66% hit ratio on winning it. On winning it, bro. What's your percentage on winning it?
Yo, it ain't that. I didn't know that. 2 out of 3 times you've been there and you've won it.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yep.
You know what? Respect.
And we got screwed over, bro. All the bribery and stuff. So Forest still did it. And we got the Super Cup. I've completed football. I wasn't even born and I completed football. You know what I'm saying? So, like, because we came, this is why the whole thing of when people said to me this season, are you going to do a Leicester this year? Could you go on and win the league? I'm like, why would I want to do a Leicester? Forest did something better than Leicester. Bro, we got promoted, won the league.
I wave you, Naj. I can't argue with that hit rate, man. I can't argue with that. That is a nuts conversion rate.
It is. But it's deeper than that. We were in the League 2 or whatever it's called back then, right? Got promoted, won the league, went into the Champions League, well, European Cup as it's called back then, won that, defended it, and finished 2nd to Liverpool. By the way, this was like the greatest Liverpool team of all time, not like their default winning team this season. So that's what we did, man. So yeah, it's just then Forest speaking like this, I can't believe it. Go check your history then. Go check your history.
I've just learned this now, so it's like, fair enough. I thought you guys had like 10, 15 years like we did. No, man said 2 out of 3 times you just walked a bit. Fairs, but hey, I'm still saying like the UCL money just means a lot more to me right now because we don't have anything else we can sell to each other. We've already sold the hotels. We've already sold the women's team. I don't think we can sell the academy to ourselves or anything. Hell, I think the Premier League or UEFA already tried to block our sale of the women's team. I don't know if we've got it through now, but
Thing is,
Yeah,
that
we're running
doesn't
out of things to
matter
sell.
because the fine is small on that. So I hear. So even if you breach their FFP rules or PSR, wherever it's called, it's just a small fine. It's not like a points deduction or you get kicked out. So I don't think
Yeah,
your boy.
and we grass ourselves all the time anyway, so we make it a
Mm,
lot easier for them. That's why we get like the minimum punishment. As I said, the only reason why I want UCL is because of the Jordan deal. 1,000 for a shirt and I'd buy. If not, I'd be super calm with Europa next season. Guaranteed trophy. I'm not trying to think of it like that. I get it. Europa League would be a guaranteed trophy, but no, I need the chance.
wait. Lewis, what are you talking about, bro? You're about to get free cash. Club World Cup.
Yeah, we need more. We need more.
What more do you've spent over £1 billion, bro, and you still want more? You know,
Yeah,
this is the whole Chelsea thing, man. Seriously. You're like the guy who's got the rich dad, right? Who bought him a Ferrari in yellow and he's kicking off because he's like, Dad, all my mates got their Ferrari in red.
Well, because
that's Chelsea.
The Ferrari's beat up.
It ain't even beat up, man. It ain't even beat up. It's brand new for you guys.
1.6 billion, and I still need a goalkeeper. I still need a centre back. I still need a striker and a goal scorer. That's on them. That's their fault. You can spend 1.6 billion and not spend it well.
Bro, if you gave me $500 million, I would have won you. I would have bought you players to win the league.
And this is why I want my sporting directors to fuck off. This is exactly why. I could have won us the league with half of that. Just of not making the decisions that they made. Like, let's build our project on Brighton's number 3. I'm very intelligent. Who the hell does that? Who buys a number 3 and says, I'll make him a number 1?
Bro, you've kept that Brighton team alive single-handedly, man. This is like one of the most plastic, non-heritage teams. I think teams like them, Brentford, and Bournemouth should not be allowed in the Premier League. No heritage in those teams, man. And because of you guys,
get the bees mixed up too.
It's all the bees, man. It's all the bees. You know what I'm saying?
I always call Brentford Bournemouth and then Brighton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're all one and the same, man. You got Brentford with a B-Tech stadium, man, that looks like it's made of Lego. You know what I'm saying? I've always called it Chelsea's car park, right? That's what it should be converted into.
We got a better record there than there are ours. I hear it.
You got Bournemouth, who in my under 14s team, I get a bigger crowd around that team than they can fit in their stadium. They don't
probably
deserve
get a bigger crowd on your live streams too.
Exactly. I've got more subscribers than they can fit in their stadium, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I've got over double that they can fit, right? And these teams are in the Premier League. And then you got Brighton, who everyone was glazing over, this model, this amber light model, red light model thing, yeah? And you lot came along and took their manager, bought their whole backroom staff, and then every year overpay for their players, man. Like, you've kept them alive. You got to stop this. You got to stop this thing. I've called them your feeder club, man.
Tell that to our sporting directors, because you know what their game plan is. Who's good from my old club? Who's good from my old club? I'll go take him. We'll go look at Brighton. We'll go look at Monaco for centre-backs. And then just whatever City Academy players like on the up. Morgan Rogers, yeah, we'll have a look at him. Like Lavia, Palmer, cool, that's all good and everything. McAtee, and then just like literally anybody that comes from their academy, we end up getting linked to every now and then. Yeah. That's all our sporting directors are. Big up. Big up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Blaze.
Don't even print names on the back of their shirt, man, because they know they'll be at Chelsea next season. Do you get me? They only get numbers on the back of their shirt.
Their away kit's about to be royal blue, just like ours, man. I said you ain't saying no. I'm making the point that like all we seem to do is look at City Academy rejects. All we do. There's a similar pattern. It's either whoever's cooking at Brighton or whoever's cooking from City Academy. Tossing, that's another one. Easily able to get him on a free. Easy. But yeah, here we are. I wanted to ask you quickly because I've seen this whole controversy BS, which I don't really have down as controversy either. But I've lost the whole thing. This one will do though.
Yeah.
Gary Neville. You guys actually went all the way and banned him. First thing I want to say is respect.
Thank you.
Respect, because
thank you.
I like seeing clubs actually stand up for themselves. against like shit narratives. Like Gary Neville's also the guy who tried to run the blue £1 billion bottle job narrative.
Yeah.
He can go get fucked for that one. And
Isn't he the one who won the Liga with Valencia? Oh wait, no, he got sacked.
No, yeah, he held 7 as well in that one. But like, I looked back at the history of like the whole reasons why you banned him and everything. I don't blame you guys at all. And now you got Jamie Carragher refusing to go too. The owner apparently told him to fuck off. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I want to bring it up, but Twitter's just gone down and everything, and it's taking the fucking piss.
I think Neville's one, not Neville's, Carragher's one was on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, it was an Instagram post. I had the screenshot up here, but like everything's just on a lag. But apparently your owner told him to fuck off. And I respect it. Because I looked at this whole situation and everyone was trying to do the whole fake outrage bullshit. Like, why is he getting annoyed? Like, Nuno's got the best football out of them all season and all of that.
Yeah.
You just drew to your relegated rivals. And I think that was like 1 win out of 5. Yep. You know how people always moan about like these heartless owners? They don't give a damn. They don't care about success. Thanks. They only care about the bag and all of that. Here is the literal example of the complete opposite. And people are trying to moan about it. Man said Nuno should go and negotiate his exit tonight with him. He should be negotiating transfers for the summer. And that's it. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on this whole fallout.
So I had to like hold a lot of smoke from snowflakes all over YouTube, bro. Like when that happened. Because this has got history to it, firstly, with the whole Neville thing. Because do you remember last season, I don't know if you remember it, Forest got screwed out of 3 penalties against Everton. Because Stuart Atwell, or Stuart Twatwell as I call him, was on VAR, who was a Luton fan. At the time, we were fighting against Luton for that final relegation spot. So my man Marinakis basically got the password for Twitter and just called him out on it, saying VAR is a Luton fan. We warned the Premier League, this, that, and the other, and he just went on a rant on Twitter. Gary Neville came out and called him like a mafia mobster or something like that. Straight up there. And Marinakis like, you ain't doing that to me. He basically went down the legal route, forced Gary Neville into an apology to face suffering the consequences of Marinakis. Gary Neville hid behind Sky, and Sky apologized on his behalf. So Gary Neville's had this grudge against Marinakis going back to last year. Now, on top of that, Marinakis, as you said, is in the tunnel and on the pitch when Forest are winning, greeting the players, hugging them, congratulating them, doing all that stuff. You got owners like the Glazers who probably don't even know where the pitch is at Old Trafford, or FSG at Liverpool. Yeah, my guy owns the pitch. If he wants to walk on that pitch, he damn well can, as far as I'm concerned. And why would he not be annoyed? The whole narrative about Taiwo because of the injury and stuff, he came out there and that's why he was kicking off. Fine. If that's the narrative, that's the narrative. But if he came on kicking off because Nuno's subs were so bad that game, they cost us 2 points, which would have meant if we win or get the right results this weekend, you know, the fate of Forest and Champions League is on our own hands. He has every right to uphold those standards. This is a man who, when we got promoted, turned around to Jim White and said, I ain't here to make up numbers. I'm a winner. I'm getting trophies. And that's my promise to the Forest fans. That's his standards. This is a guy who's pumped in hundreds of millions of pounds of his own money into the club. Yeah, not for a quick return on profit, but for success. This guy ain't the Glazers, man. This guy wants to win. That's all he cares about. And the man still uses a wired headset and an iPhone 5 and is a billionaire. This guy is, I will back him on everything he does. And now Gary Neville, if he wants to run his mouth, he's well entitled to run his mouth, but it's Marinakis' yard that he's coming into. And he can open the door or close it to whoever he wants. So fuck Neville. Neville's a twat, man. He thinks his opinion is the best opinion in football. He thinks what he says goes. He thinks he can say what he wants. And there's one of the snowflakes there, man. Pete's in the chat, right? From Loaded Mag. Shout out to Pete. Man, he was sending these screenshots of this saying, yo, this is a bad take. I thought I'd been clipped up or something saying bad take. And he's showing me Marinakis on the pitch. I'm like, Pete, it's his pitch. He's pissed off. Where's your owners? Where's your Saudi? Where are my Arab brothers? Hmm?
The UCL's still up for grabs. I remember like the
Yeah.
people used to be annoyed at like Bowley always going down to the changing room after defeats and stuff. I was like, at least he's going down and saying it ain't good
Exactly.
enough. I remember like
Exactly.
we lost 2-1 to Brighton in 22-23. They bopped us off the park. And I remember hearing reports that he came out and cussed out Sterling in the dressing room specifically. People complaining about it. Like, good. You've been garbage for 2 years and you're our highest earner. You're meant to be one of the most experienced players in the squad. Cook him. I just hope everyone else got smoked too, because they all sucked.
And this is the thing, Lewis, right? He does this in front of the cameras and behind the cameras. This is his personality. He is ruthless, bro. You're here to win or piss off. If you're not going to help me push this club forward, I don't need you. You need me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about the cameras. He doesn't care who likes him and who dislikes him. All he cares about is being successful. Bro, you don't become a billionaire because you're going to pander to a Gary Neville. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy is ruthless in business. He's ruthless on the pitch. And for me, big up to him. And long may he continue doing it. And God help anyone who tries to get in his way. Oh, no, Pete, the snowflake, is saying okay on the Gary Neville thing, right? What are you saying, Pete? Like, that's double standards,
it
bro.
too well, man.
Double standards, man. Double standards. So, yeah, I say ban Carragher as well while he's at it. Give Neville a lifetime ban because he's a twat.
Apparently, like, Carragher did the whole I'm standing in support with Neville and I'm not coming to the game. Then he's like, okay, fuck off.
Exactly. And you know what's even worse is what Sky Sports have done. So now they are going to still air the game, but they're not going to the City ground. They're going to do it from their West London studio.
So they've stood in support with Neville then.
Yeah. So when have you ever heard of a business where the employee controls the employer? Because that's what it stinks of now with Sky. It's like Neville's refusing to, go to the studio to do it. Like, since when can the employee say to me, you know what, bro, I'm not turning up to that meeting because I feel my feelings have been hurt. I don't like that client.
Maybe it's too important to Sky. Maybe it's one of those things where like, they feel like they have to support him because he's involved in a lot. He's involved in the pre-match, post-match stuff. He's got the overlap. I think they've got like a Gary Neville podcast and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a lot of value to him, so they kind of feel like they have to stand by him.
I mean, that tells me that's like when a player becomes too powerful in a club. You get me? It's like when you had Ronaldo becoming bigger than United, Messi becoming bigger than Barca. Do you know what I'm saying? Or a manager becoming bigger than the club. That's when it needs to go. Yeah, that was it from Neville.
So it was fine to commentate, but I couldn't go near the pitch. I said, I'm not coming at all if you're not letting Gary in. So he told me, fuck off. What a fucking owner, mate.
Exactly. He doesn't care, bro. He doesn't care. He is, and I've always said this about him, the best owner in the Premier League, bro. Like, United fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, they would swap owners with me in a heartbeat. Even if they won't admit it publicly, he puts the money in. He puts them, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He puts the money in. And if it works, it works. If not, he'll do something to make it work. So that's what you get with my boy Mary. I call him the Greek father, man.
Hey, I wish we weren't both competing for UCL, bro, because I fucking love this story so much. It shouldn't have to be us against each other. Fuck's sake.
Man. Blame Pete, right? Because if you lot had beat Newcastle,
it's your fault.
And we hadn't messed up against Leicester, we'd be kicking the ball around the halfway line.
It's your fault. I've got like a whole fucking crime list for these motherfuckers. I'll play it shortly. That'll go on for a whole minute, but it's all of their faults. Every single one of them. Blame all of them. And also these fuckers for not even being able to beat fucking Ipswich. Here we are. But just quickly as well, Nuno ain't thinking about no move to Roma, is he?
Nah. There's, I think Ranieri came out of retirement, didn't he? Sorted Roma out and is going back into retirement.
Yeah.
And one of our, I can't remember her position in the club now. She's an executive or something. We took her from Roma. So there's apparently that connection. There was a story going around saying Nuno been offered a 2-year deal at Roma. He got asked at his presser yesterday. And he goes, "Do you really think I'm stupid enough to be looking at offers with this game coming up on Sunday?" So now I think he stays, bro. It's this whole narrative with the media. They're trying to spin this Marinakis-Nuno beef, if you want to call it that, on the pitch, as if that's it. Because Gary Neville says he should, plan his exit and what have you. Then he's going. I don't think he goes. Why would he go? He's built something. He's built something crazy with Marinakis this year. So he should build on it next year.
Offer more money.
Exactly. He's got 1 year left on his contract, though. Look, do I expect some teams to come in for him this summer? Of course I do. Of course. And if he goes, he goes. I don't care, bro. Forest is always bigger than any player or any manager for me. And I trust Marinakis would find the next best thing that suits us at the time and get what we need. But I expect him to stay. And why would he not?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, because both our managers have been linked with Roma. Maresca's had a couple rumors, only quiet ones, but I'm with the same narrative. I don't expect him to leave. I don't think he leaves regardless of what happens in the next week. And it's just about building to next season. We'd be a lot more comfortable if we had better windows. So now we don't have that. We just have to focus on trying to complete our job now. And just, I beg you, end the season well, because straight after this, we go into a Club World Cup. We go into a new campaign immediately afterwards. And if we don't strengthen and we don't get top 5, next season is looking fucking bleak for us. So, who knows?
Long 24 hours, bro. Long 24 hours.
Trust,
so what are you calling the score, Lewis? What are you calling it, Tara? How are you seeing it?
I hate 2-1s, but I see a 2-1. Because I don't think
it's a better man score, isn't it?
It is. It's like both teams score, one team edges it. It's such a basic scoreline, but I feel like I am going to go 2-1 because I do think you get a goal, and it probably would be from a set piece. We're not as bad at it as we were last season, but you guys are also good at it, and we're not great. So I think that's where your goal would come from. I do think Chelsea take the lead. You lot equalise. We get a late goal. And yeah, that's how I see the game going. How about you?
I don't know. I still don't think it can be a draw because in many scenarios, a draw knocks us both out. You know what I'm saying? So it would be stupid for this to end up in a draw. Obviously, technically, it can. I think first goal wins it.
1-0.
I don't think necessarily 1-0. If we go 1-0 up, I think the game finishes 2-0 Forest. Because you will then have to come onto the front foot and push for it, and we could catch you on a counter. But if you score first, I don't think we get 2 goals. But I just think with the atmosphere, with everything, look, my biggest nightmare is that you win or draw this game with us, and Villa or Newcastle drop points. And then that would be typical Forest. Had we won, we would have been in.
I beg. I need my...
Bro, Everton have got no defense, bro. Tarkovsky's out. Branthwaite's out, man. Like...
I'm on hopium, bro. I'm relying on Everton and United. I already know I'm fucked. You know them ones. I just hoping Dick brings out the Macam in him and drops the masterclass to end all masterclasses.
Oh, man. For this game, I hate final day shootouts, bro. I hate them. I like things wrapped up. I like to be on the beach by this time, you know what I'm saying? And relaxed and party mode on. So, yeah, this is... I mean, Forest have history of blowing stuff. Back in 1920, we were in the playoffs. We just had to not lose heavily to Stoke, right? Imagine this criteria. Here you go, Forest. You're in the playoffs, yeah? You got Stoke at home. Just don't get tonked, and you'll be in the playoffs. Don't let this, I think it was a 6-goal swing or something, go to Swansea. What did we do? We lost 4-1. We missed out on the playoffs. We could have lost 1-0. We could have lost 2-0.
You know what I hate, bro? You try to give me a bit of hope saying Forest blow things, and then you bring me to 1920. This is over a century ago, bro.
No, 19/20.
Oh, okay. Fucking hell, thank God.
What do you think I am, bro? What are you saying?
I thought you meant 1920, like the year. I was thinking you're...
No, I'm saying that. But...
That's fucking mad. Alright, so we might have a bit of chance then.
There's a chance. There's a chance it could happen, but
I'm not on my own. Thank God. Thank God.
Why would I be talking about 1920, man? Like, seriously?
Bro, like, I don't know. I just heard the year in it. I just thought, fuck. 105 years. Fuck. All right, great.
My God.
Great.
So who you saying misses out? When all the dust is settled, full time everywhere.
You
Who's
guys and Villa. You guys and Villa, I think.
If you win, you're in, yeah. If you win, job done.
Yeah, just win. It's just win and we're good. Newcastle just win and they're good. Villa have to win and hope Villa have to better our result. You have to beat us and hope Villa or Newcastle drop points.
Yeah.
So for us, at least in our own hands. At least in our own hands.
You know what? I gotta say, you guys have done well to bring it to be in your own hands, because your fixture list, looking at, say, 6 weeks ago, you're like, there's no chance Chelsea have got this. You got Liverpool in there, you got us in there, Newcastle, so on and so forth, yeah. But you did hit teams, or the big teams, at the right time, man. Like that Liverpool game, it was like, you played that 3 or 4 weeks earlier, you ain't winning. You ain't getting nothing out of that.
That's the title decider. We're fucked.
The Fulham game, man. I was surprised that was so late. That was so late for it. Was that Neto, wasn't it? The winner there.
Yes. Fulham, that was literally 2 in the last minute. 70 minutes, I'm in the away and just like accepting our season. I'm like coming to terms with it, say it's calm. You know what? We'll go whoop Europa. Fuck it. I'm just trying to cope. And then they drag me right back in again. We lose to Newcastle. I'm again like, yo, it's over. It's done. It's finished. I can't be arsed. Then they reel me back in again against Manchester United. Now it's just, just fucking win. Just fucking win, because I can't be bothered.
Yeah, that's what I said after we drew with Leicester. I'm like, you know what? If we're going to blow this top 5 thing, then we might as well just not get my hope up and beat West Ham. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I started to make my peace with Europa before West Ham, and then we won, and now you get the hope.
Passed you the ball. He just passed you the ball straight out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Fucking great. I'll say hopefully your goalkeeper does that. We're more likely to do that for you. We got Robert Sanchez, who hasn't been a bozo the last couple games.
He's due one.
But he will just aimlessly hoof the ball for no reason. And like, you look at our forward line. Why are we going along? And then like, we look at the players you're going to be playing at the back. Why are we going along? But I promise you, we're just going to go long for no reason.
Bro, we go long as well. This could be a dire game if that's the case, man. Like, Sells kicks it long every time to Wood, and he never wins the first header, ever.
So we're going to have the same handicap.
Yeah,
okay, nice.
Yeah, it balances out. So basically, this game is going to be which keeper can score from a goal kick then, or a clearance from a goal kick. Because Sells will boot it every single time. Every single time.
It'll be a straight shot-stopping sesh. Because we know Sells has been one of the best in the league this season all round. Sanchez is only saving graces is shot-stopping. If he didn't have that, he'd be a literal net negative and just brings nothing to the table. So it's just whichever one does the better job between the sticks. Joey, we did ask about Marino. I'll bring it up again, but you expect him to be back for the game on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I think he'll be fit, yeah. And Joey's a fraud. I love you, Joey.
I big up Joey still, man. Big up Joey. You, man, we're going to wrap up this stream anyway. It's been great chatting with Wolfie. Every single one of you, make sure that you are subbed over to Forest Fan TV. The link is in the title, so it don't even take you away from the channel. Are you at the game tomorrow? Because I'm a maybe right now.
I'm doing a watch along tomorrow. The rest of my boys are there. Charlie's there. He said he's FaceTiming me afterwards. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I heard him say that on his stream yesterday.
Yeah, let's see what he's got. But yeah, bro, it's gonna be a long day. A lot of people are relying on. By the way, if you do end up going, there's no reception at that City Ground, bro. You ain't gonna know the other results.
So I can't even put my vlog out there.
Once you get outside the ground, yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay. But
yeah, now I'm talking in the grounds. If you want to know what's going on at Newcastle and what's going on at
do they not wheel out the scores on the top or nothing?
They will, but I don't like where they've positioned the screens now. So I don't know if you guys can see it from the away end because it's in the Trent end on the right-hand side as you're looking. You'll have to crank your necks round to the left side to see it on the left side of the Bridgeford end.
Oh, fuck.
There's two
I
screens
won't
there.
get it unless I'm on the corner.
Go
then.
old school, man. Get an old school radio in there. Remember them days, man? The old school
Yeah,
radios.
man. Back in like the OG fucking relegation scraps and that. Oh, fuck sakes. Chelsea, please do it. Please
Forest,
do it. I
please.
can't be after the summer without it. Smash the likes, chat, sub to Forest Fan TV. Gonna send everyone over to back again. I think everybody's late though, so standard shit over there. And big up